See this? This is my $400 a day hobby/side hustle, and in this video, I am spilling all the beans on how I do it. And just to make something really clear, when I say side hustle, it really is a side hustle. I do not spend hours and hours of my week on this. I check in maybe once or twice a day for 15 minutes max. And on the days that I place trades, it brings in $400 or more in a day. Now, I do not place trades every day. And of course, some of those trades lose money too. But on average, my side hustle brings in about $1,000 a month. And the best part, I can take this side hustle with me anywhere. Recently, I spent a week in Tulum with my best friend, and I placed a few trades while chilling on the beach. So depending on what's going on with the market and in my life, I can be as active or as inactive as I want. So it really fits my nomadic lifestyle. I like to travel, and often I don't know where I'm gonna be next month. So if you are looking to pick up a flexible, intellectually stimulating side hustle that you too can do from anywhere, and has the potential to offer a much more lucrative ratio of dollars per hour than most other side jobs, then you might be interested in learning how to trade options. The learning curve is definitely steeper than learning how to, say, drive Uber or do deliveries for Postmates, but it is so worth it. In this video, I'm going to explain the nitty-gritty of how I do it, so if that's something you'd be interested in, then keep on watching. Okay, so before I get into all the details of the side hustle, I do need to first get into Options 101, some basics of what are options and how do they work. So options, more specifically stock options, which are what I trade, are financial contracts that give you exposure to the price movements of a stock without you having to actually own that stock. So it's very similar to trading stocks, but trading stock options offers some unique advantages that I will get into a little bit later. Now, there are two types of options: call options and put options. Call options give you the right to buy a stock at a predetermined price, and put options give you the right to sell a stock at a predetermined price, otherwise known as the strike price. And just like there is a marketplace for buying and selling stocks, that's the stock market, there's also a marketplace for buying and selling options. So there's an options market. For example, in the stock market, you can buy and sell Amazon stock. You can buy and sell stock in Apple. You can buy and sell Chipotle stock. Lots of stocks. Then there's this whole other parallel universe called the options market. And there you can buy and sell the options on these stocks. For example, you can buy and sell Amazon call options. You can buy and sell Amazon put options. You can buy and sell Apple call options. You can buy and sell Apple put options, etc., etc., etc. There's the stock market, and then there's the options market. Let's quickly talk through how an option works using a concrete example. Here is a price chart of Amazon. As of the date that I'm filming this video, it costs $3,450 per share, roughly. So if you think Amazon is gonna go up and you wanna get in on that move, you have to have at least $3,450 in your account to even participate in that potential trade. But what if you don't have thousands of dollars? What if you just wanna get in on Amazon's upside potential with less capital? Well, that is where options come in. Instead of buying Amazon stock, which would cost you a lot of money, what you can do instead is buy an Amazon call option, which essentially will result in you making the same amount of money. Instead of buying Amazon stock, which costs $3,450 per share, you could buy a 1-month call option for, say, $80. So if you're right about the stock and Amazon goes up within that 1-month period, the value of this call option that you bought will also go up. So if Amazon goes up by $200, your call option will go up by roughly $200 as well. Now, I am simplifying things a bit here to make it easier for you to understand, but essentially just know that if Amazon stock goes up, an Amazon call option will also go up, roughly dollar for dollar. So say you bought the Amazon 1-month call option for $80, and then since the stock goes up by $200, the call option goes up by $200 as well. So you can sell that call option for a $200 profit. Same profit as if you owned the stock and sold it for a profit, except that you actually put in a lot less capital up front because buying the call option was cheaper than buying the actual stock. Basically, the potential profit of buying a call option is Very similar to the potential profit of buying the stock itself, except again, you don't need to have as much capital up front. So that's the main appeal of options. Now, instead of buying the actual stock, since buying options means you can make the same profit with less capital or make bigger returns on less money, that is what you call leverage. This is only scratching the surface of everything you can do with options. So if you really want to wrap your head around options and have a hands-on guide to help you do so, make sure to download a copy of my free options trading starter kit. It's a beginner's guide to options trading basics. It has a printable cheat sheet and little quizzes after each section to test your knowledge. So please go check it out. Just click the link below to download it. It is totally free. Anyway, back to the idea of leverage. A lot of beginner options traders hear about the leverage and the big returns with very little capital that you can do with options. So they go into this dreaming of making tens of thousands of dollars on like $20 of capital up front. But to be perfectly honest, that profit scenario that I explained with the Amazon call option, it truly is a almost fantasy scenario. Because the thing is, for that Amazon call option to be a profitable trade, you had to get two things right. One, the stock's next move, whether it goes up or down, and how much it goes up or down by. And you also had to get the timing of that move correct. Because remember, that Amazon call option had an expiry date on it. It was only good for 1 month. So after that 1 month, that call option expires. So to make money on the trade, you need Amazon to go up before that 1 month is up. You have to get it right, and you have to get it right fast. Those two things are very hard to get right. It's kind of like buying a lottery ticket. There's a high potential payoff for sure, but a very low probability of success. The more likely outcome, the more common outcome is that the Amazon call option, you pay $80 to buy it, but then the direction and timing of Amazon's stock moves just don't work out favorably, and you would simply be out those $80. Statistically, most of the time, option buyers lose money. It is built into the statistics. It's kind of like playing roulette at the casino. Playing roulette is very profitable for the people who run the roulette table for the casino. The probabilities are literally stacked against you because the casino has more numbers on the wheel to land on than you do. Playing roulette is a losing proposition. It's definitely fun to play, but it's a losing proposition. It's just built into the game. So to connect this roulette analogy back to options trading, buying options is like playing at the roulette table. Over the long term, it is a losing proposition that is literally built into the game. You play enough times, you're gonna walk away with less money. That's why the smarter strategy is to sell options. In other words, instead of buying options and playing at the casino, you're going to be the casino that has the built-in edge rather than the player at the casino. So instead of paying $80 to buy that Amazon call option, hoping that it works out, you could also just be the seller of that option and get paid that $80. That is the style of options trading that I do, and that's how I make a consistent side income. I rarely ever buy options because that would be like buying lottery tickets. I'll only buy options if I'm buying it to offset the risk on an option that I've sold. That's a topic for another video. But I really don't like to play at the casino. I run the casino. And to be honest, professional option traders usually are sellers of options and not buyers of options. So this is a perfect segue into what I want to talk about next. How does selling options work? Going back to that Amazon example, let's say that instead of buying a call option for $80, I decided to be the seller of that option for $80. So there was somebody else that wanted to buy that call option, and I decided to be the seller of that. So instead of paying $80 to buy a call option, I'll actually collect $80 to be the seller or the provider of that option. As the seller of this option, I don't have to get the market direction or the timing exactly right in order to make money. I have a much wider range of possibilities with which I can still be profitable. Remember, when you buy an option, the stock has to move in your direction within a specific time frame, otherwise you'll lose everything you paid for the option. And options are expensive. Unless you're a stock market genius, meaning you know how to time the market, you won't get it right often enough to make up for all the money you're paying to buy these options. Also, another reason why selling options is a more sustainable strategy is because you always get to collect money up front. Instead of paying money upfront to buy an option and then hoping that the market works out favorably for you to make back the cost of your option and then some, you actually collect the money up front and you just sit back and wait. Something else is that when you sell options, there is a way to look at the probabilities of success in advance so that you only sell options that have a high probability of success. For example, if I am going to sell a call option, rather than selling the one with a 30% probability of success, I'm gonna sell the one with a 90% probability of success. That way, I can work the probabilities in my favor so that I win much more often than I lose. Understanding the probabilities, the statistics, and using them to your advantage is the #1 key to trading options as a sustainable side hustle rather than as a gambling hobby. Even though it's not gonna make me rich overnight, I'm able to make a pretty consistent income with it, which is really awesome, and that's the whole point. You might have heard of people who bought an option, a call option or a put option at the right time, right place, and they just made bank overnight. That's not gonna happen as an option seller, but you are gonna be able to make a pretty consistent and reliable income with it. And if that's what you're looking for, then you definitely wanna look into selling options rather than being a buyer of options. I covered a lot in this video, and it takes a bit of study and repetition to truly wrap your head around everything I talked about. So if you really want to learn how to trade options the smart way and start wrapping your head around how options work, grab a copy of my free Options Trading Starter Kit. It's the perfect beginner's guide to understanding options basics, so please go check it out. It's totally free. I put a lot of effort into it, and it's really, really good. Download link is below. Also, just FYI, you can absolutely lose your shirt selling options if you don't do it the right way. There are specific things you need to do to limit your downside, which I'll be covering in upcoming videos. This video is the beginning of a 6-week series of options trading videos that I have coming up for you. Each video will build on the next, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're new around here so you don't miss any video in the series. So for next week's video, I have an Options 101 tutorial. It'll be all about breaking down the basics of calls and puts. We're just going back to the basics, so I'll see you there, yeah? That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this peek into my $400 a day options trading side hustle. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my channel for more awesome content on how to seriously up-level your financial literacy and live life on your terms. Give this video a like if you liked it. Put any questions you have down for me in the comments below, and I'll see you next week, same time, same place. Bye!